Yo, today we have the AKAI MPC ONE sitting right here, and we're gonna unbox this thing. Let's get it.
Mini clip.
What's up? This is the Kingo Caesar bringing you gear reviews, tutorials, and unboxings just like this one. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing and hit that bell notification button like a Bruce Lee 1-inch punch.
You know.
Okay, we're back, and we have the MPC ONE right here in all its glory. This was provided to me by Zounds or Zounds.com. We will get more into that towards the end of the video. But first, we're going to unbox this thing and see what's inside. Let's go. Making his debut back on the channel, this is the Silver Surfer. This is what we're going to use to unbox this thing. It looks like it only has 2 slits on the back, so what we're going to do is we're going to slice these open on the back side. Now we're going to practice safety and put the Silver Surfer away. But it should lift up now. So let's lift this up and see what we get inside. Okay, so when you get in here, the first thing you see is the MPC ONE diagram. This tells you what the different buttons are and like kind of what they do, just a little overview. And if you flip it over, it also gives you an overview of the software that comes with the MPC ONE, because this is a standalone device, but it's running the MPC software. So let's get this out the way. Got your usual manuals and all that stuff that we're not going to look at. On this side of the styrofoam, it looks like you have your power cable. And on the other side, you have your power brick. So don't just go taking the cardboard out and throwing it all over the place, because you'll misplace your power supply. You have your computer cable. This is so you can connect it to the computer and run the MPC software on your desktop or whatever computer you're using. And this is the moment right here. Woo! And there you go, guys, the MPC ONE right here in the flesh, staring me right in the face. Now I tell you, I got a chance to play with this thing at Guitar Center, but it's nothing like having these hardware machines right here in your face so you can touch them, pick them up, feel them, you know, see what they're about. We're gonna go over the build quality. Now this thing has a little bit of a heft to it. The MPC ONE is not a slouch by anything. You can tell that it feels like it's been built pretty well. I don't know if that's a plastic or metal faceplate, but it feels great. It almost feels like it's metal. The sides feel plastic, but the pads they feel fine. They feel like regular MPC pads. As you can see, these pads are a lot smaller than the regular MPC pads. Now, one thing that you notice right off the back with the MPC ONE is that it has a lot of function keys. So you're not going to have any problem navigating the software when you're using the MPC ONE, because it has all the shortcuts. It looks like it. It has way more function buttons than the MPC Live 2 does. To me, navigating with the MPC Live 2 isn't hard at all. So I know this is probably a better way of navigating and make things a lot faster for you. Let's go over the I/O and see what this thing is packing. Now on the front, you have your headphones. It's a 3mm for your headphones in the front. You have your SD card slot, which I think is pretty convenient, and I like that it's in the front, because trying to reach in the back and use these cards is ridiculous, but they did it right with this one. So on the back of this unit, you have your volume, you have 2 stereo outputs, 2 stereo inputs that you can adjust the levels on them. You also have 8 CV gates that you can use, and they're paired. So you got 4 inserts, but they're paired for 2. You can use 2 with each one. 1 MIDI in and 1 MIDI out. You have a Kensington lock in case you want to lock this thing up. You have your USB slot so you can plug this into your computers. You have 1 USB, which is a downgrade from the MPC Live 2 has 2 but this one has one. You have a link slot where you can plug in your Ethernet cable to have internet. Then you have your 19-volt power input right here and your power button. Now, one thing about the MPC ONE is that it's not like the MPC Live 2. It doesn't have a battery in it. Even though the form factor of this thing is ideal to travel with, you will have to have this plugged into a wall at all times if you want continuous power. Other than that, I would say my first impressions of the MPC ONE is pretty positive. Now, I just wanted to unbox this thing today, show you what's in the box. I will get into the workflow and show you how to use it in another video. Now I want to have a little story time. I'm 35 years old, and throughout my life I've been doing music. I've been doing music since I was about 19 years old. At some point throughout my career, when I was working with different artists and I had a group and we were doing things, we built up a studio, and then that studio eventually got robbed, and all the equipment that I paid for, because all the equipment was mine, I had paid for it with my hard-earned money, all that equipment got stolen and I was left with nothing. So I stopped music for a couple years, and when I decided to come back to music, I didn't have the money per se to get the gear that, you know, I had and the gear that I wanted, because I just couldn't afford it. And I would go to places like Guitar Center, and, you know, I would try to order stuff from Sweetwater, but they never had like any type of payment plan where you could get the gear and just make payments on it, kind of like a Aaron's. We have like an Aaron's, or like different, like, you know, pay as you go places. So it was hard for me to get gear. You know, I saved up all the money for the MPC Renaissance, and it took me a long time to save up that money to get that. But then I found Zounds, you know, and I was able to buy something from them. I think the first thing I bought was an interface, and I was able to pay it off in 4 payments, you know, no credit check, because all the other places you had to apply for their card, you know, their proprietary card, and if you had good enough credit, then you could get the payments through the cards. But I didn't have good credit at the time, so I found Zounds, and they allowed me to do 4 payments on this interface. I'm pretty sure it's my Apollo Twin is the one that I paid. So I paid 4 payments for my Apollo Twin, and I got it in 2 days, 2 days shipping. It was at my door, and I was able to use it with my MPC and with the recording, because I was recording at the time too, for no credit check. And I thought that was sweet, man. And then from there, I was able to get 1 piece at a time, sometimes 2 pieces at a time, because I was spreading the payments out, you know, throughout the year. Now, after I paid my interface off, I qualified for 12 months financing, no credit check, you know, interest free. So I was just racking up gear, you know, just buying stuff. And it was good for me, because I wasn't breaking the bank trying to get my gear and trying to build my studio. And I'm saying this right now because if it wasn't for Zounds, I wouldn't have been able to build the studio that I have right here. So they are a company that I really believe in. You know, they're a company that I've been using for years. I've been buying all my gear through them, and I really have a special place with them in my heart. And I've always wanted to work with them. You know, I've said it in some of my videos previously. If you've been following the channel, that, like, you know, I hope they see my video and want to like send me gear and stuff like that. Well, speaking up and putting the words in the air, I guess somebody heard my message. You know, maybe God, you know, sent his angels from above, and they actually reached out to me and said that they wanted to sponsor the channel. Our arrangement is they're gonna send me gear to help with my creative process, and I'm gonna be able to review this stuff for you guys. I'm gonna be able to get to use it, stuff that I didn't think I would be able to get, because, you know, obviously I can't afford all this stuff. I can't just afford to go out and buy, you know, MPC ONEs and and things like that. So, you know, I am deeply honored and thankful that, you know, I've been able to form a relationship with Zounds. And if you guys have been following the channel for a long time, you know that most of the links in my description are Zounds links. Those links are for you guys. And honestly, I put those links there because I believe in their program is pay as you go. You know, for you people who don't have it like I didn't have it, you know, and I still don't have it like that. You know, it's a great way for you to get gear and make payments on it and get the gear and actually use it. You know, if you're a professional, you can use it to make money, or if you're coming up, the same thing. It's a great way for you to get gear when you're balling on a budget, basically. So I just want to say thank you to Zounds for sending this to me and for helping me with my creative endeavors and for giving me this opportunity to make my channel better. I just wanted to be fully transparent about the relationship and that this was sent to me. Now, you know, this stuff is on loan and I don't get to keep this stuff. You know, it's just nice to be able to get it. Now that we got that out the way, if you guys are out there and you're looking for an MPC, this MPC ONE is the most affordable one out of the standalone bunch that we have. I think we have 4. We have the Keys, the Live 2, the X, and the One. Yep, so this is the most affordable one out of the bunch. There will be links in the description below. If you guys are in the market to purchase one of these things, use those links, get the payment plan, and get to using your gear as soon as possible. Check out my other videos. Stay tuned for more videos on this one, because I will be banging out some beats on this and showing you guys like the different shortcuts and how to use it. And you know, that's it. You guys stay safe, be blessed, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.